What's up guys, it's Lee here from Bleeped-up-productions, and today I'm bringing you something extremely special. That's right, it's a Warmachine and Hordes battle report, but with a unique twist. That's right guys, this is Colossalmania. I'm so happy how this battle report has turned out and how well the scenario has turned out. Yes, we are releasing this scenario on the release of this battle report, so in the link below you can actually go to Jack's and Mike's blogs to get this scenario. Also, I'll be posting it on the Privateer Press forums and I'll make my own account, etc. But let's get straight into it, shall we? We have your basic scenario setup, which, as you can see on the screen right now, each player has to mark out a 12 by 12 area. This is where your Warcaster / Warlock is going to stay for the entirety of the game until your Colossal or Gargantua dies. We came up with the idea for this scenario while watching films such as Pacific Rim, any kind of B Godzilla movie because I grew up watching them, and also, you know, Real Steel. Now, with this being said, there is a lovely big square in the middle on that diagram which is called the Battle Arena. This is where your Colossal or Gargantua is going to start. So, guys, I want to tell you now that your Warlocks and Warcasters can cast spells from their control area, which is the 12 by 12 box. Offensive spells must be within their range, but upkeep spells can be cast outside of their control area. So basically, if the model goes too far away, an upkeep spell can be cast on it. Now, the fun thing which makes this scenario even more crazy is all the Warcaster / Warlock's feats affect the Battle Arena area. That's right, their feat affects the whole area. So normally feats have a control area. That doesn't matter when you pop your feat in this scenario. But one key thing in this scenario, guys, is as soon as your Colossal or Gargantuan is wrecked or killed, your Warcaster or Warlock must enter the Battle Arena next turn because a kill box will be activated. So that's right, as soon as your big boy's gone, your little boy is in, and hopefully he can hold his own. Now, when both your Colossal / Gargantua and Warcaster and Warlock are dead, you are out of the game. So choose wisely your Warcasters and Warlocks. Now, with this game, we've had many demos of it, and people have taken hilarious casters, really ridiculously powerful casters, and the best thing is sometimes they actually haven't won because other players have decided to form alliances to gang up on that one person. So be careful who you pick because you might pick 3 enemies instead of just 1. So guys, hopefully you will enjoy this battle report. I had a lot of fun filming it, I had a lot of fun making the scenario, and hopefully you will completely enjoy this battle report. Please leave a like if you think the scenario is going to be fantastic. Leave comments below on this battle report, which will be much appreciated. But hey, enough of me talking, let's get into Colossalmania Mark 1. Enjoy the battle report, guys. Hi guys, welcome to a special episode, something we're trying out. This is like a Mark 1 of the rules of Colossalmania. Colossalmania. We're Colossalmania! It's so good. We're going to copyright it. Jack came up with the idea for it, so it's going to be copyrighted Jack. You heard it here first. So this is just a Mark 1 of the rules, which we're looking forward to. But the best thing about this is we are going to probably adapt this so it's a lot more fun. We'll also release a scenario and how you guys can play it. So if you're watching this and you've tried it out, please leave comments below and tell us what you think of the thing. Right, starting with you, Mike. Who are you taking and what's your battle plan?
Obviously it's the Judicator.
Yep.
Going to play men off. And I brought Severius 1 because I'm not allowed a choir, so I men will have to do. And we're going to get some defenders forward out there, make him a little bit better armour because his armour's lame.
Jack!
I bought the Archangel. I bought Pythagoras starting cheap.
Nobody said anything about tag team wrestling.
Just a clone comes on the battlefield. I think it'll be fun.
We'll see.
Jack. Kurt, sorry. Sorry, Kurt.
Yeah. I bought Prime Grim and I bought the Mountain King.
Yep.
So I'm going to beat your face. A couple of Batista bombs, you know. We'll see.
People's elbow.
Lay off the smackdown. Let's bring it on.
I've gone with P-Vlad and the Conquest. I'm kind of cheating like Jack, really. I've got a lot of threat range, and also Blood of Kings is just kind of like sploosh when my Warcaster dies. That's pretty much it. But anyway, guys, it's going to be awesome. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. And yeah, we're going to come with turn 1, and it's actually starting with Jack.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Okay, Legion, round 1. Thagros activates first and will cast Draconic Blessing, giving the Archangel +2 strength and terror. And then he'll drop 1 fury, and that will end Thagros' activation. The Archangel activates next and walks, well, / flies into the arena, and that will end Legion round 1. Next to go up in round 1 is Grim Angus and the Trollblood faction, and he'll cast Return Fire on the Mountain King, allowing the model to make 1 free ranged or melee attack when it is targeted by an enemy attack. And when the attack has been dealt with, it expires after that. Now the Mountain King activates, and Kurt will force him to run into the arena. And that will end round 1 for Trollbloods. Next to go in round 1 is Severius and the faction Menoth. Sevi allocates 3 focus to the Judicator and keeps 5 for himself. Mike then activates Sevi and he casts Eye of Menoth, giving friendly faction models in his control area +1 to hit and on damage rolls. And he will also cast Defender's Ward on the Judicator, giving it +2 defense and armor. Next to activate is the Judicator, and he will move just slightly to his target, which seems to be the Mountain King with his rockets. They have range of 14, and the range at the moment of them is 11.5 inches, so he is in. The first rocket Mike boosts to hit. It hits, needing a 7 to hit. He boosts the damage roll also, and with a -4 to the roll, Mike does 11 damage to column 6 of the Mountain King. Because Kurt forgot his whelps in this game, they are represented by shredders, but trust me, they don't have the ability of shredders. And because of the Judicator's rockets, the second deviation goes nowhere special. Mike targets the second rocket at the Mountain King again, and Mike boosts the hit roll, and it hits, and he does another 3 more damage to column 5. And another shredder, whelp, pops out. And this will end round 1 for Menoth. And right, last in round 1 will be Vlad of the Kadorian faction. He allocates 3 focus onto the Conquest and will keep 4 for himself. Vlad will then spend 4 focused and cast Signs and Portents, allowing friendly faction models in Vlad's control area, but in this scenario anywhere in the arena, to roll an additional dice when attacking and damaging models, but then discarding the lowest dice. And then he'll pop his feat. So please, Tin Man, tell us what his feat does.
Colossalmania, and the first feat of the night comes from Vlad. What you gonna do, brother? What you gonna do? Warjacks beginning their activations in Vlad's control area. Get double their speed, and they can run and they can charge without spending focus. What you gonna do when the Warjacks of Signa of Kador run wild on you?
And with that being said, we will have our first hand-to-hand combat of Colossalmania 1. Right, next to activate is the Conquest, and he will charge into the Archangel. Under Vlad's feat, the Conquest is speed 8, and then we add the extra 3 for the charge, so he has a threat charge of 11, plus he has reach. And to indicate this, we will use the ECT measurement thing. So, to hit, the Conquest needs 5s. Due to signs and portents, we remove the 1, so it is a solid hit. And because it's a charge attack, it does 15 points of damage to column 1. His other fist misses. So, I buy 1 attack. This time it hits. And does another 15 damage to column 5. Buying another attack, it hits and does 15 more damage to column 5. I will buy 1 more attack. It hits. And that will be curtains for the Archangel. And this will be the end of round 1 of Colossalmania.
We'll be back in like 2 minutes.
Okay, round 2 is starting, and we're starting with Legion. So, Thagrosh will gain 1 for being Thagrosh, and then Jack will cut Thagrosh for 2 to get full Fury, taking his life total from 18 to 16.
This is where it gets really interesting, and these guys are just watching.
He'll then walk into the arena because his Gargantuan died last turn, and he will pop his feat. So, Tin Man, do tell us what Thagrosh's feat does.
Ooh, yeah, that was brutal, but what's coming next is even more brutal. That's right, Thagrosh, the Prophet of Everblight, and what he does with his feet. He brings back one of his jacks that you put all that work in to kill him, and then he sets it within 3 inches of him.
Now, with that being said, the Archangel is resurrected and placed 3 inches within Thagrosh. And keeping with Thagrosh, he'll cast Draconic Blessing on the Archangel, giving him +2 strength and terror again. He'll then cast Draconic Aura using his ability Attuned Spirit, which means he can cast friendly Warbeast Animuses for free once per turn. And the aura is if enemy models end their activations within 2 inches of him, they are set on fire. The Archangel activates next and will move up the arena, blocking Thagrosh and not allowing the Conquest a charge bonus. It will then cast its Animus draconic aura, and the Conquest is within 2 inches of the Archangel, so it might get set on fire next turn, and that will end Legions round 2. Okay, round 2 for Trollbloods. Grim reaves in the fury of the Mountain King, and Return Fire drops off. Grim then activates and will cast Return Fire again on the Mountain King, keeping that fury flowing. And Grim will also drop 4 fury. The whelps activate next and will be, in fact, food for the Mountain King. And the Mountain King will gain 5 points of life back and will regenerate life on column 6. The Mountain King will then attempt a charge at the Judicator, but he falls short. And with that being said, that ends Trollbloods round 2. Okay, round 2 for Menoth. Sevi upkeeps Eye of Menoth and Defender's Ward and allocates 3 focus to the Judicator and will keep 3 for himself. Sevi will then pop his feat. So, Tin Man, please tell us what Severius's feat does.
That's right, brother. Right now, it's the feat of Severius. What does it do? Well, if you're in his control area, no arc nodes, no casting spells. And if you have the focus manipulation ability, you do not replenish focus on your next turn, which is bad news for Thagrosh and Grim Angus.
Now with that feat popped, Sevi will attempt to cast Death Sentence on the Mountain King, and if it hits, Mike can reroll 1 attack on that model and then it expires. He'll spend the last focus point to boost the roll and it hits, so Mike can get a reroll on 1 missed attack. Now, here it is, the second hand-to-hand combat in Colossalmania. The Judicator walks up to the Mountain King and will begin attacking him. The first attack hits, and already doing +2 damage to the Mountain King before the dice is rolled, Mike gets a 3, so that'll be 5 damage to column 6.
Double! He misses! Oh my days!
Death sentence means
Oh.
reroll.
And the reroll hits, so Death Sentence is no more, and the attack does 8 damage to column 6. Mike buys another attack. It hits and does 6 more damage to column 4. Mike buys another attack. It hits again and does 11 damage to column 3. Mike buys 1 more attack. It hits.
Leading 11s. Oh, he lives! He lives! He lives! Kurt, he's a happy man. Mike, how do you feel?
Sad.
He lives with. Oh my gosh.
6 points. 6
Holy
points.
sh!
And with all those attacks, a lot of whelps have popped out the back of the Mountain King, and that will end round 2 for Menoth.
No, you don't get any.
No, you don't get any focus. I don't get any focus. Mike's going to die this turn. I'm going to die at the end of this turn. So Vlad's coming in, but still, fun times for Warmachine players.
So Vlad,
Vlad can't do anything.
checking the death shroud. He is in.
So he's at -2 strength.
-2, so my power's rate 20. This is what happens when you try and be tactical and it just fudges up for you. This is why I love this. This is so much fun.
Okay, first attack of the Conquest. It hits and does 8 damage to column 5. And finally, the second attack hits and does 11 damage to column 6. And because that ends the Conquest's activation, and because of Draconic Aura, it is now set on fire. And that will end round 2 of Colossalmania. Right, round 3 for Legion. Both Animuses are dropped and Thagrosh will reave in the Fury of the Archangel, and he will upkeep Draconic Blessing on the Archangel. He'll then heal the Archangel for 3 points, healing 1 point in column 6 and 2 points in column 5. Thagrosh then walks around to hide behind the Archangel. Now the Archangel will do some fly-by attacks. Jack moves him 1 inch and will begin fight 3 of Colossalmania. First attack hits and does 11 damage to column 5 on the left hand side of the Conquest. The second attack hits. Now with -1 to the damage roll, the attack does 7 damage to column 5. And the final initial attack hits and does 6 damage to column 1. Jack buys another attack with the jaw. It hits, and with dice +1, he does 7 damage to column 6, finishing off the Conquest's left side. Jack buys another attack with the jaw. It hits again, and dice +1 does another 9 damage to column 5, this time on the right side of the Conquest. Jack buys another attack, and it hits and does 8 damage to column 2. Jack will buy one final attack. It hits and does 6 damage to column 6. Continuing the flyby, the Archangel will stay in front of the Conquest, and the Conquest loses his left arm, ending round 3 for Legion. Okay, round 3 for Trollbloods. Grim will reave in the 1 Fury of the Mountain King, and Guided Fire drops. Keeping with Grim, he'll drop 1 Fury and will pop his feet.
Tim Mac, Curtis here. Please tell us what P. Grim's feet does.
Booyakasha! That's right, wrestling fans, sports fans, Warmachine fans! What's coming up next? Grim and Angus's feet. -3 from defense, -3 from speed, and you cannot make special attacks this round. Brutal.
With that being said, the whelps activate next, and all 5 whelps will get eaten by the Mountain King, and he will get 9 points of healing back, and will heal 2 points off column 2, 4 points off column 4, and 3 points off column 6. Now the Mountain King will walk into base to base with the Judicator, and he will get a rematch with a fist-to-fist beatdown. His first initial attack hits and does 2 points of damage to column 2 on the left side of the Judicator. His second initial attack hits and does 6 points of damage to column 5. Kurt buys another attack. It hits and does 2 points of damage to column 6. Kurt buys another attack. It hits and does 4 points of damage to column 2. Kurt buys another attack. It hits and does 4 points of damage to column 4. Kurt buys another attack and it hits and does 6 points of damage to column 6. Kurt will buy one more final attack. It hits and does 7 damage to column 3, wrecking the left hand side of the Judicator. And this will be the end of round 3 for Trollbloods.
So Judicator gets a free focus.
Yes, he gets a free focus.
Alright, I forgot. It doesn't make any difference. Then upkeeping Eye of Menoth.
Yep.
Upkeeping Defender's Ward.
Yep.
Upkeeping Death Sentence.
Okay.
Because upkeeps. Then give him another 2 to max him out.
Yep.
And camp 3.
Camp 3, so that's all of it.
The Judicator activates and will try and finish off the Mountain King. First initial attack with the non-wrecked side hits, and dice plus 2 does 11 points of damage to column 2. And because he got a hit and survived, a whelp comes out of the Mountain King. Mike's second initial attack with the damaged arm hits and ends up killing the Mountain King. Grim will reave in the Fury, and that will end round 3 for Menoth. Khador, round 3. First thing is first. Does the fire go out on the Conquest? No, but it does no damage to him. Vlad will then put 3 focus on the Conquest and keeping 4 for himself. He will then activate and cast Signs and Portents again. The Conquest will begin to wail on the new Archangel once more. With the first initial wrecked arm, it hits, and dice plus 2, he does 7 points of damage to column 4. The second initial attack with the working arm hits, and dice plus 2 does 9 damage to column 2. I will buy another attack with the working arm. It hits, and dice plus 2 again does 8 damage to column 6. I buy another attack with the working arm. It hits just, and dice plus 2 does 11 damage to the Archangel, which kills it once more. Thagrosh will reave in the Fury off the dying Archangel.
That's 2. That's 2, but he's not going to be there next turn.
2 of the squishiest Colossal in the world.
Don't take that away from me, Jack.
I am.
But he will be gone next turn. And that is it done. So.
Okay, round 4. Legion activates. Thagrosh will activate and will cast Obliteration on the Conquest. This is a power 15 offensive spell, and Jack needs anything but a double 1 to hit, due to Grim Angus's feat. And it hits, and he will boost the damage, and it doesn't damage the Conquest. So Thagrosh then moves away from the troubled area, ending Legion round 4. Trollbloods round 4. Grim has to enter the arena this turn, and does so. And he will take a pot shot at Thagrosh, but he is out. So he'll then cast Return Fire on himself, and will end his activation. But the Whelp will activate next, and will run into base to base with the Judicator to end Trollblood's turn 4. Round 4 for Menoth. Sevi will upkeep Eye of Menoth and Defender's Ward, allocating 2 focus to the Judicator, and Sevi will keep 4, and the Judicator will get 1 free point of focus because he can. Keeping with the Judicator, it activates and walks around, still staying in combat, and will attempt a spray at the Whelp. Needing 7s to hit, he misses. With that happening, he then decides to shoot the Conquest with one of his rockets. He is in range. The first right side rocket comes flying in. It hits, and Mike will boost the damage, but it does no damage to the Conquest. The left-sided rocket launches, so Mike will boost to hit due to it being damaged. It hits, and Mike will boost the damage again, and this time it does 11 points of damage to column 3, wrecking the Conquest. And the Conquest is turned into a pile of rubble that is still on fire. But anyway, Sevi activates next and will cast Ashes to Ashes on the Judicator, and if it hits, it deviates D6 models, aka that Whelp hopefully. The spell hits and does no damage to the Judicator. The spell deviates to 2 other models, aka the Whelp. And the Whelp...
Oh!
Tough roll.
Tough roll.
No, I'm joking. He's a whelp. But let's see what could have happened.
Tough roll possible. Oh! If he had tough, he would have made it. Where's the Whelp gone? Oh, he's dead.
He's dead.
The Shredder is gone. And that is the end.
Kador turn 4. With a Conquest down, Vlad must enter the arena. And he'll walk into the arena and he'll cast Blood of Kings, giving him +3 speed, strength, mat, defense and armor for 1 round. And that will end round 4 of Colossalmania Mark 1. Okay, round 5. Thagrosh gets 1 Fury for being Thagrosh, and he'll cut himself for 1 Fury point. He'll then cast Fog of War, giving concealment to everything in his control area, and he'll charge the Judicator, but it fails, and it is a solid advance into the middle of the arena, and that will end round 5 for Legion. Trollbloods round 5. Return Fire is dropped and Kurt does not cut for Fury. and will walk up the board towards the Judicator.
Mike, we're all picking on you now, bro.
Yeah, man, you got a colossal.
And he'll then cast Lock the Target on the Judicator. If it hits, target model can't run, charge, or be placed for 1 round. The spell hits, and it has a power strength 10, so the spell goes off, and Kurt boosts the damage roll and does 2 points of damage to column 4. He's then going to cast Return Fire on himself again and will end Trollblood's round 5. Menoth round 5. Sevi upkeeps Eye of Menoth and Defender's Ward. The Judicator gets his 3 point of focus and Sevi allocates another 2 to him, and he'll keep the other 4. The Judicator can't run, charge, or be placed this turn, so it activates and walks into the center of the arena and will attempt a shot at Thagrosh with his weak-sided rocket. It misses and deviates once, and it goes 4 inches to the 5. It deviates again, and that's 5 inches to the 2, but it only goes 3.5 and will bounce back onto Thagrosh's head. Mike boosts the damage roll because it's the weak side, and it does 1 point of damage to Thagrosh. He'll then shoot with the right-sided rocket on Grim, and boosts to hit, and it misses, so it scatters 2 inches to the 1 and clips Grim. The second scatters 4 inches to the 6, so it misses, but Mike boosts the damage roll on the first deviation and does 8 damage, ignoring the purple dice because he hasn't got a column to allocate it to, like his beasts. He'll then spray Grim, and Mike boosts the hit roll, but it misses, and that will end round 5 for Menoth. Khador round 5. Vlad will activate and will cast Blood of Kings again, and he'll walk up 9 inches and will camp the remaining rest of his focus, and that will end round 5 of Colossalmania. Okay, round 6, starting with Legion. Fog of War drops, Thagrosh gets a free focus for being Thagrosh, and he will cut himself for 6 life to gain 6 Fury points. He'll then cast for 2 Draconic Blessing on himself, and then he'll charge the Judicator. And oh boy, here is the next fight. But as you can see, he charges away from Vlad. So anyway, the first attack is the charge attack. It hits and does 8 damage to column 5. Jack's second attack misses with a double 1, getting an achievement. Anyway, Jack buys another attack. It hits and does 4 damage to column 3. Jack buys another attack, it hits, and does 5 damage to column 1. He buys another attack, it hits again, and does 3 damage to column 5. Jack buys another attack, it hits, and does 2 more damage to column 3. And Jack buys his final attack. It hits and does 4 damage to column 4. And as you can see, the Judicator lives with 2 boxes remaining. And that will be the end of Legion round 6. Trollbloods round 6. Return fire is dropped and Grim cuts himself for 5 points of fury.
One thing, charge Adjudicator and then fight me after.
Kill Jack! Kill Jack!
He is going for Jack.
Kill Jack!
Kill Jack! He cheated!
Look at this! We've gone, everyone's arguing.
Charging there because I started in his rear arm.
I've said your face so you want the impure.
Right, okay, just there.
So with that being said, Grim's charge attack on Thagrosh. Boosted, needing 8 to hit. He hits, and the attack does 1 point of damage to Thagrosh. Kurt buys another attack, boosting to hit. It hits, and boosting the damage again, Grim does 6 points to Thagrosh.
Big roll! Big roll!
What do you need? He's going to miss it.
Oh, that's a hit. That's a hit. Here we go, big roll.
This didn't work for me, so it's not going to work for you.
Oh, I love it.
Do me a favour, kill him so I can kill him.
I'm debating that, yeah.
Menoth round 6. Sevi upkeeps Eye of Menoth and Defender's Ward and allocates 3 focus to the Judicator and keeps 3 for himself. The Judicator activates and keeps in melee range of Thagrosh, but will enter combat with Grim also. His first attack is on Thagrosh, needing a 10 to hit. Mike will need to boost all these rolls because both of his arms are out, and he misses.
Oh, he's missed again! Oh, that's fantastic! That's it! That's it! He missed both of them! He missed both!
Give me a dodge.
Failed already. Twice. Go on, Spence, go on. See what you could get. 7 on 2 dice. No! Spence can't do it either.
You can do it.
Yeah, 7, so Kurt can hit. Mike, that's unfortunate, bro.
It's moderately unfortunate.
Otherwise, you just killed me. I'll make you a deal.
Why is everyone dealing with me? I'm going to kill all of you.
Adjudicator, so I can kill Grim, and then you can kill me after.
Kill them all! Okay, it's my turn. Yeah, go. Vlad's activating. He's going to cast Blood of Kings to be OP.
Vlad then charges Thagrosh and makes sure he can swing at the Judicator also. So after some deliberation, we position him correctly, making sure that he goes in a straight line and able to hit both targets. So on the charge, needing 4s to hit, he hits, and with -2 strength, but with 3 dice, Vlad says, Thagrosh.
The only caster that did anything this game.
Hey, my caster's doing a great job.
Vlad's second initial attack on the Judicator with Ruin hits, and boosting the damage, wrecks the Judicator. And out of melee range for now is Grim, so let's hear what I do next.
Because my armour at the moment is going to go 19, 20 and 21.
Your armor's 21.
Armour 21, no one can touch me. I'm going to camp and be a and come at me, bro. That's the right thing. End of my turn. I think I might have won, but we don't know. Kurt could pull something.
Round 7 starting with Trollbloods because Legion are no more. Grim cuts himself for 3 Fury. Then he'll walk away because he's not in combat and will shoot Vlad. Grim will shoot Vlad with his snare gun. If it hits, Vlad gets knocked down, and it does no damage, but he will be knocked down. So, needing 11s, Kurt boosts the roll, and it hits, and Vlad is knocked down, but Kurt will end his turn there, keeping 1 Fury. Round 7 for Menoth. Sevi will not upkeep Eye of Menoth, and will keep all 8 focus. Sevi has to advance into the arena this turn, so he does, and will cast Immolation on Vlad. He is knocked down, so anything but a double 1 will hit, and if he hits with a crit, Vlad will be set on fire. But it hits without a crit, and Mike boosts the damage roll and does 1 point of damage to Vlad. Mike casts the same spell again. It hits, but it does not get the crit. Mike boosts the damage roll again as well, but does no damage this time. So Mike casts Defender's Ward, boosting Sevi's defense, ending Menoth's round 7. Round 7 for Kador. Vlad will spend 1 focus to stand up, and will begin to debate who to go after. He casts Blood of Kings again, and will choose Sevi. So he turns around and walks into combat with him. His first initial attack hits, and it does 3 points of damage to Sevi. The second initial attack misses, so I buy 1 more attack. It hits and does 7 points of damage to Sevi. And that will end round 7 of Colossalmania. Okay, round 8 for Trollbloods. Grim activates and Kurt checks his control area and moves Grim to the center of the arena, and he will shoot at Vlad. Needing 14s to hit, Kurt boosts the roll but misses, and he has to roll to see if he hits Sevi. Needing 12s to hit, he misses him also. So that will be the end of Trollbloods round 8. Round 8 for Menoth. Sevi drops Defender's Ward and keeps all of his focus, and will cast Immolation on Vlad. Boosting to hit, it hits but gets no crit, and boosting the damage roll, it does 3 points of damage to Vlad. But watch the replay here, guys. Mike got a 6 with the middle dice, but the other dice hit it to change the result. Mike casts it again and boosts to hit, but this time he actually misses. So Mike tries to hit Vlad in combat, boosting to hit, needing 14s. He misses, and that will end round 8 for Menoth. Kador round 8. Vlad activates, keeping all his focus. He will cast Blood of Kings again and will attack Sevi. His first initial attack hits. Vlad does 11 damage on Sevi, killing him.
Can you do it, mate?
No. No.
Because I have no fury.
Okay, troll turn. I forget the number.
Yeah, it's a high number now.
Lee, is it possible I can borrow that free focus?
No, you can't borrow focus. Sorry, bro, you can't borrow focus. Defense is
18, I think.
60, 10, 18.
Armor?
Armor is 19, 20, 21, 22.
That's literally impossible. I'm going to shoot him in the face. In your arm, in your back arc, I need 10.
Yeah, you need 10s to hit.
10s to hit. Do you want to move 7?
Sebi's now in the dice ball.
10s. Misses. End my turn.
Let's see, end.
It's the right choice with a Colossal. But when the
Kador, round 9. Vlad casts Blood of Kings again and walks up to Grim. That is a threatening 9 inches, and he'll then cast Razor Wind on him.
Razor Wind for 2. Then I'm gonna boost to hit.
Needing 9s.
If I kill you with a Razor Wind, this is hilarious. 9s.
That hits on a 12.
What's the power?
Armor 15.
4's to kill. How a 12? 4's to kill. 4's to kill. That was almost a Razor Wind kill. That would have been hilarious. That's wicked. Not that I can do it another turn.
Guys, we're all forgetting something. I got 1 point of fury.
You can't cut either.
Ready? Go for it.
You can read that away.
What are you going to do, Kurt?
What am I going to do?
Shoot him.
Grim boosts to hit, and it hits and does 4 points of damage to Vlad. And that will end Trollblood's round 10. Round 10 for Kador. Vlad activates and charges Grim, keeping all his focus. Boosting to hit, it hits.
Tough check.
So you've already got a number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to take.
Yep.
Nah, he's gone.
He's gone.
Vlad's banned from this game for now.
Vlad's banned. I'm not going to use Vlad if we ever play again.
And so the winner of Colossalmania Mark 1 goes to Kador and Vlad.
Okay, so that was the battle report.
It was fun.
It was fun. It was great.
It was great fun.
Cheat! Well, no, the thing is, this is Mark 1, so obviously we're going to make some tweaks to it, but the potential for some craziness, like we were just talking off camera, like certain casters will be crazy. Like think Butcher 3 with this, think Krios 3, think Gorshade. Think Gorshade with this, Bane Knight's coming on the board.
Haley Stormwall.
Haley Stop, see the mentalness of everything.
Any wards casters?
Maybe Mammoth, who would the Mammoth be?
Fagros the Messiah.
Epic Doom Shaper.
Yeah.
Anything but what you guys used tonight, basically.
Practically.
Man, there were so many great choices. But this is just the thing. So, guys, if you want to know something, this whole scenario, I can see what Steph's going to do in a second. Come on, Steph, just do it. That's not Steph. Spencer's, that's all blurred. They can't see it. There we go, we'll move it back here.
Right, they can't see it now.
Shadow conversion. You'll see a video of it anyway. But this scenario and also the battle report, which you're just watching, is also going to be on Mike's blog and also on Jack's, so it just circulates around the whole meta. And
Guys,
stuff.
I forgot one thing, seeing as this is wrestling.
Oh no, he's going to hit me with a steel.
Guys, thank you for watching this battle report, and thank you for sticking around all the way to the end of this battle report. I completely enjoyed editing this and putting this together. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like. A like is much appreciated, and also it exposes my content to more people. Leave a comment as well to chime in your thoughts on the battle report and who you might take if you decide to do Colossalmania. Remember guys, in the description below is Mike's and Jack's blogs where you can find this scenario, which is free guys to try out, and try it out with a lot of fun. Also guys, if you're new and you're just stumbling across my content, why don't you check out any more of my content, which is more of my Warmachine battle reports, by clicking that thumbnail right there. If you've completely enjoyed this battle report and want to see more, why don't you hit that subscribe button and subscribe for more of my future content. Also you can click on there to see my channel and check out more of my board, miniature and video game related content. But until next time guys, take care and have a good one, because the next battle report, which is going to be a doozy, is this.